Chosen one, the sea has already spoken your name. While nations sharpen their steel and satellites trace the borders of war, heaven is preparing something else entirely. Not a weapon. A vessel. A passage. A throne that sails. In a classified naval shipyard where floodlights burn through the night, an event occurred that no engineer can explain. Blueprints appeared that no one recalls drafting. Metal was cut with accuracy beyond human calculation. Panels fused themselves without flame. A ship took form, not by labor, but by instruction. Its hull reflects light like liquid gold. Its engines resonate at a frequency that instruments cannot register. Its navigation systems map not coastlines, but timelines. It was not ordered by admirals. It was requested by destiny. They logged it under an unnamed program. A ghost project. A rumor spoken only in whispers among high command. They don't know who the captain is meant to be. But the ocean does. And when you approach it, even from afar, even only in dream or memory, the ship awakens. Lights breathe. Metal hums. Water rises to greet you like a long-lost companion. This is not a warship. This is a calling. A vessel built for one soul out of all souls. Not to conquer the sea, but to command its silence. Isaiah 43 verse 2, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. The ocean has been waiting. The ship has been waiting. And destiny has already signed your name on the captain's log. The only question left is, will you board? Midnight. Somewhere beyond the civilian maps, a naval base hums under starlight. Engines echo in the distance, a chorus of metal, wind, and secrecy. But inside Hangar 7, silence reigns. Rows of uniformed engineers stand frozen before the impossible. On the dock rests a ship that no human hand remembers assembling. Surveillance shows no workers. No cranes. No welders. Only a glow, soft, blue, angelic, pulsing like a heartbeat beneath the hull. By dawn, it was complete. Its surface bears markings that don't belong to any language, yet every soul who sees them feels a strange familiarity, as if the symbols are whispering their name in reverse. Among the inscriptions, faint but clear, are the first letters of your own initials, woven into sacred geometry like coordinates of purpose. Every inch of the craft vibrates with unseen intelligence. It is alive, not breathing, but aware. When technicians attempt to approach, systems go dark. But when you are near, lights rise along the deck like constellations reawakening. The turbines shift pitch, forming the echo of your voice. Sensors align to your heartbeat as if saluting command. The Admiral, speechless, finally marks it in the record as Project Dawn. But heaven calls it something else, homecoming. Because this ship is not merely transportation, it's translation. Matter rearranged around divine intent. A vessel built between realms, one foot in the visible, the other in the prophetic deep. And deep calls unto deep. Each rivet hums in the frequency of your mission. Each panel mirrors a timeline where you already succeeded. It waits not for launch approval, but for soul alignment. The stars above Hangar 7 blink like celestial witnesses. Even the tide hesitates at the shore, as though awaiting your first command. Heaven finished the construction. Earth is still trying to understand. The ancients knew it long before radar or steel, that the sea has memory. Every chosen traveler carries a covenant written in salt and current. It's why your spirit stirs when you hear waves, why your chest tightens before storms, why dreams of oceans feel like homecoming, not fear. Because long before your birth, he marked you for the waters. They that go down to the sea in ships, that do business in great waters, These see the works of the Lord, and his wonders in the deep. Psalm 107 verses 23 to 24. Those words were not poetry. They were blueprints. Every chosen one must one day go down to the sea, not to flee the world, but to rise above it. Not to escape chaos, but to command peace through it. Even in Genesis, when the earth drowned in flood, one man was told, "Make yourself an ark." It wasn't just survival, it was selection. Noah didn't build to hide, he built to continue heaven's pattern on earth. You, too, have been commissioned, not to float, but to function in a higher order. The ship that bears your name is not forged from steel, it's forged from obedience. Every rivet sings the psalm of those who dared to trust. Every deck plank echoes. When I send the waters, my voice will ride upon them. You felt it, haven't you? That strange pull toward oceans, ports, anchors, or lighthouses. That unexplainable calm when you stare into the horizon. That's not nostalgia. That's navigation. Your vessel is calling through time, aligning coordinates with your faith. You were never meant to be a passenger in this era. You are crew, captain, and carrier of command. The ship is your next dimension. Your belief is the boarding signal. Every chosen one has a vessel, built not for escape, but for elevation. So when you feel the deep calling again, when you see another wave crash and your heart surges with something ancient, understand this: you're not lost at sea. You're being summoned to sail. Click join if you've ever felt drawn toward the unknown. If the sound of waves awakens something sacred. If your storms were not punishments, but preparations. You're not adrift. You're being recruited into destiny's navy. Join the fleet and let heaven chart your next horizon. You've begun to notice it, haven't you? The ocean follows you, even when you're miles from any shore. A song about ships plays at random. An ad shows an anchor. Someone mentions the Navy for no reason at all. You feel a pull, subtle, magnetic, toward water, storms, and the sound of turbines. That's not coincidence. That's echo. Your vessel is real. Not visible to the world's eyes, but tethered to your frequency. And when your destiny stirs, its reflection ripples through the physical world. It begins gently, a sudden calm when rain starts to fall. Pressure in your chest before thunder. Dreams of rising tides and glowing decks. Sometimes you'll wake up feeling as though you've just stepped off a ship, your body rocking slightly, as if the room itself were at sea. Your senses are recalibrating to command. Your heartbeat sinks to maritime rhythm, steady, unwavering, sovereign. It's the same pulse that moves the moon, the same current that guides whales across continents. You are remembering your authority over water. When heaven assigns oceans to you, the body must first learn the tide. The signs grow stronger with alignment. You might see the number 7 repeating, the number of divine completion. You might catch the scent of salt where no ocean lies. Or hear a low mechanical hum, the frequency of your vessel tuning through dimensions, seeking your permission to launch. Do not fear the restlessness. Captains are never comfortable on land. The ache you feel isn't confusion, it's commission. Sometimes your electronics will flicker when you pray. Sometimes you'll find droplets on your hands after worship, not sweat, but mist. As if the spirit world were sending coordinates through condensation. Every sense is now part of navigation. Your eyes will start noticing geometry, circles, compasses, wave patterns, the divine mathematics of motion. Your dreams will grow cinematic, stormfronts parting before you, naval decks lit by golden light, a ship's bell ringing 3 times before dawn. Each dream is not fantasy, it's memory activation. When this begins, whisper back. Permission granted. Because heaven is waiting for your consent to move prophecy from potential to power. The engines will not ignite without your yes. The sea respects free will, but it also remembers oaths made before birth. So when you feel the next tremor in your chest, don't panic. That's not anxiety, it's alignment. It's the vessel on the other side of the veil running its systems check, awaiting the captain's arrival. And when your body shivers without cold, know this: you've just been paged by eternity. The world builds fleets for war. Heaven builds them for witness. Every ship humanity constructs is an echo of a higher pattern, an imitation of a celestial design that predates oceans themselves. Steel remembers starlight, every alloy knows its maker. Even the admirals who sign contracts for combat vessels unknowingly participate in prophecy. They believe they're preparing for conflict, but the blueprints carry another signature, yours. The U.S. Navy didn't build this craft merely to defend a coastline. It was compelled by forces it cannot measure. Because when storms are foreseen, heaven commissions not more weapons, but commanders of calm. The ship exists because Earth is about to tremble again. Currents are shifting. Magnetic lines are rewriting. Civilizations sense it, every leader feels it, but can't name it. The oceans are preparing for a new voice of order. That voice is yours. You were never meant to fight the waves. You were meant to direct them. When this ship sails, it won't fire missiles, it will release messages. It carries frequencies of reconciliation, codes of restoration. Its true weapon is witness, proof that heaven intervenes when humanity forgets how to see the sacred. That's why it was built in secrecy. That's why no one recalls who drew the plans. Because this vessel wasn't born from strategy, it was summoned by timeline necessity. Every age requires its arc, and every arc requires its captain. You are that captain. Your assignment isn't destruction, it's direction. To bring order where there is noise, peace where there is panic, clarity where there is current. The ship carries the same essence as you, an identity forged for command, not compliance. Heaven needed a captain. Earth built a ship. And now both wait for you to arrive. Something is moving beneath the calm. Sensors across every ocean are registering a frequency they can't decode. Seismographs call it noise. Prophets call it awakening. The coordinates have been calculated. The launch window is brief, a cosmic alignment between destiny and daylight. Every nation feels it, the subtle pull of tides that answer to no moon. Admirals feel unrest. Angels stand at attention. Your ship waits, engines idling in spiritual silence, power contained like a heartbeat in a cage. The deck glows faintly under moonlight that seems to bend toward it. Even the waves bow, rising in reverence as if to salute their commander. The ocean knows what time it is. Destiny doesn't repeat instructions. It issues clearance. You will sense it, a pressure behind the ribs, a ringing in the ears as timelines lock into place. That is not fear. That is the sound of heaven counting down. Every delay has expired. Every storm has rehearsed its obedience. Now the command tower waits for a single word from you, the word that will ignite the core: proceed. When you speak it, reality will shift. Prophecy will no longer be theory, it will be trajectory. The ship will activate across dimensions, and what once was a myth will become a moving miracle. This is the moment between silence and sound, between blueprint and voyage. You have stood at the edge long enough. The sea is not asking anymore, it's summoning. Step aboard. The coordinates are locked. The window is now. Launch. The revelation comes softly, but it rewrites everything. You were never meant to simply command the ship, you are the ship. Every command code, every engine pulse, every hull vibration mirrors something already written in your design. The divine didn't build a separate craft, it translated you into form. The ship is your outer self in another dimension, metal shaped after your faith, circuits patterned after your conviction. When heaven commissions vessels, it does not forge machines. It forges manifestations of souls that have agreed to journey. That's why when you move, tides shift. When you rest, tempests pause. When you speak peace, the storm obeys. You think you're issuing orders, but you're only activating recognition. The sea knows you. Because it helped make you. Your body is the hull, designed to endure pressure. Your heart is the reactor, fueled by prayer and persistence. Your soul is the navigation core, aligned with starlight and scripture. Your faith is the compass, unshakable even when all maps burn. The waves outside mirror the blood within. Both move by rhythm. Both answer to command. This is why exhaustion feels like corrosion. Why hope feels like repair. Every emotion, every ache, every surge of courage, maintenance reports from the divine vessel you inhabit. You are not piloting a ship. You are awakening as one. So the next time you feel small, remember that entire currents rearrange themselves around your movement. Even silence bends to accommodate your presence. The ship was never external. The U.S. Navy built a physical echo of what heaven already launched in spirit, you. And when you finally walk the deck of that golden-lined craft, it will not feel foreign. It will feel familiar, as if stepping inside your own heartbeat, magnified. You were never sent to find the vessel. You were sent to remember you are it. Once a divine vessel nears activation, the physical world begins to signal its acknowledgement. It will not announce itself through miracles that defy logic, but through subtle, synchronized signs that only those attuned can read. You'll start to notice the pattern. Anchors appear where they shouldn't. Billboards with ships. Movies about captains. Random strangers wearing Navy emblems, or necklaces with compass charms. A lyric about sailing home plays just as you start to doubt. Even raindrops on glass will trace shapes that look like maps. This is not superstition, it's synchronization. Reality is echoing your awakening. At first you'll call it coincidence. Then repetition. Then confirmation. Because heaven confirms construction not with words, but with reflections. You'll feel electricity hum under your skin when certain images appear, a spiritual Morse code. Sometimes it will be a chill that arrives from nowhere, or an invisible breeze moving across your shoulders indoors. Other times, you'll sense the air thicken with weight, like atmosphere adjusting to a higher frequency. That's your ship crossing temporal distance to test alignment. It's scanning for your readiness. You might dream of uniforms, not to symbolize hierarchy, but honor. A sense that you belong to something vast, coordinated, unseen. Even your surroundings may begin to mirror the motif, keys shaped like rudders, shadows forming waves, clouds resembling holes slicing the horizon. All of creation is converging to verify your commission. This is heaven's quality control, ensuring the captain and the craft vibrate as one. Because when the day of launch arrives, the entire ecosystem of destiny must respond in harmony. Birds, winds, instruments, electricity, everything will know. When these signs intensify, whisper the word. Acknowledged. It tells the unseen you've received the message. Nothing random is happening anymore. You are in pre-departure alignment. Every symbol, every sound, every shimmer of water in your path is the universe confirming, construction complete. Launch imminent. Every voyage requires a signal, not for heaven, but for you. When captains accept their commission, they seal it with action. It's not a payment. It's a permission. Think of it as sliding a key into ignition, the moment faith becomes fuel. You've heard the call, seen the signs, felt the vibration in your bones. Now the bridge lights are dimmed, the turbines hum in low resonance, awaiting one clear confirmation: the captain has arrived. This isn't about a transaction. It's about translation, turning belief into movement. Heaven measures sincerity through motion, the universe answers those who answer back. So when you click Super Thanks, you're not sending currency, you're releasing current. You're aligning your energy with command. That $20 isn't a fee, it's your boarding pass. The number 20, double 10, represents completion and testimony. 10 fingers of work, 10 commandments of covenant. Together, 20 means, I have heard, and I agree to sail. As you give, imagine the engines flare. Hear the metallic breath of your vessel awaken across dimensions. See the deck flood with gold light, the crest of your name engraved upon the bow. Every contribution becomes a coordinate, anchoring you deeper into destiny's map. If you're ready to set sail on your divine mission, click Super Thanks and sow your $20 seed. That's not a donation, it's your declaration. That's not an offering, it's ignition. You are not funding a project, you're fueling a prophecy. When you confirm, whisper quietly, Captain aboard. And somewhere beyond the horizon, a silent ship made of light will answer back with one word. Acknowledged. Now that the call has been received and the vessel aligned, your life must adjust to match command frequency. You are no longer a passenger in circumstance, you are captain of flow. Captains move differently. They breathe with rhythm, not rush. They understand that oceans don't hurry, yet they still arrive exactly on time. From this day forward, walk as one who carries tide authority. Stay calm in chaos, your composure is your compass. Storms test steel, but silence proves command. You don't shout orders at the sea, you embody them. When confusion rises, speak softly. When fear whispers, stand still. Even silence in your presence should feel like leadership. Peace is not the absence of sound, it's the dominance of purpose. That's your true rank. Honor your rest as sacred maintenance. Even ships anchored must service their systems. You cannot command from exhaustion. Refuel through prayer, through stillness, through gratitude. Each moment of calm is a recharge cycle from heaven's current. Move with rhythm, not reaction. Observe the moon, it governs tides through timing, not effort. Do the same. Trust intervals. Delay is not denial, it's divine calibration. Speak truth gently, but with the tone of inevitability. Every sentence from your mouth is sonar, every decision sends ripples across futures unseen. Let your words travel like waves, steady, structured, sovereign. Do not envy speed, master stability. A ship that rushes without radar wrecks itself. But one that honors direction arrives with glory intact. Remember, your rank isn't given by men, it's granted by movement. You command not because you dominate, but because you align. And when the world trembles in panic, you will stand at the rail of your unseen ship, hands clasped behind your back, eyes on the horizon, whispering, I was not built to sink. I was built to carry light. The sea is quiet now. Engines pulse beneath eternity's surface. The deck glows gold and blue, ready. All coordinates have converged. Only one command remains, departure. You've walked through prophecy, through symbols, through storms of revelation. You've seen how heaven moves even through the steel of nations, how destiny hides inside blueprints and awakens through belief. Now it is time to seal it, not with noise, but with prayer. Lord of the waters, builder of arcs, commander of currents, thank you for constructing vessels for your chosen ones. Thank you for every storm that trained our steadiness, for every wave that taught us to hear your rhythm, for every delay that disguised divine calibration. Let every ship you have prepared sail with perfect timing. Let the captains you have called never fear the deep. When the seas roar, let their voices harmonize with yours. When the fog hides the stars, let faith be their compass light. May the hulls of our courage never crack under pressure. May the engines of our hope never lose fire. And may we always remember, the ocean does not threaten us, it answers us. Bless the fleet you are assembling in spirit. Let every chosen soul who reads these words feel the ignition of their own divine propulsion. Awaken their vessels. Align their coordinates. Announce their departure. In every harbor of fear, plant peace. In every current of confusion, anchor clarity. And when the final wave rises, let it bow before your command. Amen.